C# script I learned for making the shooter game more fun on the Starship shooter. My UI, this is what I wanted it to kind of be set up like, with the lives in the top left, score in the top right, and then the health bar. And you can see how it's referencing to the Starship, so this black box will be for the UI. And we can see here, this is how I implemented it using a HUD as a canvas. I have a way you can scale it and it doesn't like get distorted, so we can go up on the bottom, up on the top, and it'll stay the same size. The only thing that changes is this background image, just because if I put it on the canvas, it goes on top of the Starship, so it just kind of floats in the background. And I have a border written into the code so that it stops the Starship from going outside. And we can see here I have this one anchored to the top left. This will be for the actual health bar, this green bar. And then there's an actual health fill. So the health bar's green overlay. Sorry, the green overlay on top of a blue bar. So as it depletes, you can see how green it is. And it'll start scrolling from right to left. And we have that anchored in the top left. Then the score, we have it anchored in the top right, just so it doesn't move. It stays on the top right no matter how big or small you make the screen. And we have this lives doing it up on the top left as well. And then we can see here, this is going to be for the options, the title menu, and credits. So they're all going to be following the similar thing. They have canvases located with, this one's going to be centered, this white box. Then I have a background image just to cover up for the canvas. A little image inside the title background for Starship Trooper. And we can see that it's anchored into the center. And then the continue button. And we're using the same thing so we can scale it, and it just follows the same without getting squished. And so we'll have like a similar one with the main menu. We can see here the background image will get a little skewed, but the images themselves, they all get anchored into specific points. Like this one's in the center for the buttons, and then so the buttons can scale off of that. And it stays where they're in proportion to where the screen space is going to be. So for credits, our options, we have our ability to change the master volume and play volumes. And then for credits, we'll have the same thing. Just credits of who made the music, where the images come from, and the programmers for the font. And then I did the coding for the website. And then here we can see in our health class, this is where the overall health gets tracked for damaging to the asteroids in the Starship. We can see our reference for health image, and then we come down here. If the health image is there, it's not equal to null, so it's actually there. It'll update the UI based on current health. And then so when we take damage, we can update the UI here. And if we heal, we can also update the UI here. And then the void, so this one's calling out what those classes are doing. If the health image is not equal to null, it'll fill it amount or damage it amount by the current health divided by the max health, so it actually changes the health bar. And then so just for like, if I'm getting health, this is heal amount. And then if it's not equal to null, so it gets the component health from the health pack, from the actual health CS. And if it's not equal to null, it'll return. And then if it needs health, this is making sure that I need health before I just pick it up, so it doesn't just waste those health packs as they're floating away. And then if the health needs heal amount, it'll take the health, add 10, and then destroy the game object of the health pack. And then to update on the HUD, these are for our title screens. This is going to be for making the text and being able to adjust the text through the TMP variable. We have, where is it? The actual scores to get registered are, so we can update the HUD. This is the one for the lives, and if it reaches 0, we lose the game. It calls the lose game script. If the score text, it actually starts adding up the scores here to update the UI on the HUD update. And here we have the asteroid health. This one will give us 100 points if we reach the damage to actually give it damage. It'll call out the script for void die, and then it adds the score of the 100 to the score value. So this is how we can get it to update the UI through those codes. And so for anything else that we did, I added the asteroid spawner here. And zoom back into where it is. We have an asteroid spawner, we have a health pack spawner, and then with those codes, it'll only release 3 of them. It can have up to 10 floating around, and it's how many current health packs are going to be in there. And same for this one, we can only have 10 asteroids floating around into the boundaries. And initializing into the game, I don't know if it has it, but there's sound here. So click on continue, we'll have it changing colors, and go to our options and adjust volume, music, or the sound effects of the gun being fired. And come back, go into credits, see our credits, and then that sound will start playing. And then we can come into play and actually play into the game, and you can see it has a little health. You can shoot the health and it actually tracks to the meteor. We can get health from coming into here. Just go around searching we can't go out of bounds. I gotta find meteors. If it hits the boundary, I don't get the score, so I gotta hit it. There we go. Now I got 100. 200. So you just gotta hit them before the asteroids hit the boundaries right now. And that'll update the score. If I need health, we can come back over into the health and get that. And that's just what makes the game a game so far. We got title screens, some menus, we got some being able to have some spawners come back into here. The camera now follows the starship around the movable play area. And we got lives, a score, and a health bar tracker. This is all that we implemented for this week. Thank you very much.